All right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Also giving the honors, the respect to the brothers out there doing this truth, this work, and truth and sincerity. So we're going to jump right into the lesson. So what I opened up with, I gave honor to the men that do work, to the men that go out there and make sure that this truth gets put out, because that's what it's all about, man. It's all about work. It's all about being diligent, being fruitful, and being productive in the ministry of the Most High. So I'm going to get a few scriptures that pertain to work, man. This is the Proverbs 22:13. It says, "A slothful man says, there was a lion without, I shall be slain in the street." So the opposite of a man that works is a slothful man, or a lazy man, or a man that's full of excuses, because you got a lot of our people out there, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They know that they're Israelites, but as far as them doing any kind of works or bearing any type of fruit, with that knowledge, they fall short. They make excuses. They say things like, "I don't want to be broke and woke," because not all men are destined or called to receive this truth, or to even be out there doing the ministry. So if you have a calling, you feel that you have a calling to do this work, then you're blessed beyond blessed. You've been given a special grace. If you understand this word and you have an unction or a feeling in you to go out there and stand on the highways and hedges and preach the word, then that's a blessed spirit that the Lord has put upon you. That's a spirit of grace. A lot of our people, they don't have that spirit, man. They want to continue to serve the most high in mammon, and the scripture said that you can't do that, man. They still want to be in favor with the world. Because what this truth requires, it requires that the world hates you, because the world hates Yahweh Shai. He even said that himself. "Marvel not if the world hate you." It requires that you take the L in a lot of things in your life. It requires that you be unpopular. So these are these are excuses that Jake uses to not be a productive part of the body, because for first and foremost, most likely that man, he hasn't been called, or he's not one of the elect, or not one of the called. We all been called. Us men doing the work, we're hoping that we are the chosen. But I'm running that back again. It says, "A slothful man says, there's a lion without, I shall be slain in the streets." And that's the spirit of our people that know that they're Israelites. They'll go buy a t-shirt and put fringes on it, and they think that's enough, man. They might keep a Sabbath, a Friday night Sabbath every once in a while, and they think that's enough. They might watch a video every once in a while, and they think that's enough, man. But it's not enough, man. It's not enough. That's why Yahweh Shai said that you got to serve the Most High, in spirit and in truth. Let's go ahead and get that. So that's going to be the mark. That's going to be the calling card of the true worshipers. Let's get John 4:23 says, "But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him." Yahweh is a spirit, and they that worship must worship him in spirit and in truth. See, man, so there's going to be a great distinction between those who just proclaim to be Israelites, or proclaim to be so-called woke, and those men that actually do the work. Those men that actually do the work, they're going to be working. Plain and simple, man. Let's get Proverbs 26:16. This is Proverbs 26:16. It says, "The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit." So they think they got to figure it all out, man. They think that the way they doing it and their understanding of it is all right. They think all they got to do is post a 30-second video on TikTok, and they're good. You know what I'm saying? And then most of the times they're not even all they're doing is reposting what somebody else made, and they just split the screen, and they agree with it. They make the gestures of agreement. They nod their head. They They point the finger to their head. You know, they point their finger to the other side of the screen. You know, in a motion that they agree with what's being said, and they think that's doing the work. They think that's spreading the word when they really didn't put no effort or time to gain any type of knowledge, man. It's just a bunch of copying and pasting. You know, that's not the work. The work is reading this Bible, you know, studying. The work is breaking down scriptures. The work is doing videos. The work is going out to the highways and hedges. The work is doing all these things that encompass, that we call the truth or the work, man. You know, Elder Gabar calls it this thing of ours. So let's run that back again. The slothful man says the lion in the way a lion is in the streets. That's, once again, that's talking about a man that got that's, what do you call it? Excuses. Let's keep on going. As the door turneth upon its hinges, so does a sloth upon his bed. So they're slow to react, man. They're slow to react to do things. You know, Jake, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you have a very procrastinating spirit upon you, man. You have a spirit of procrastination, a do it later spirit. You know, and that's ultimately, that's a demon, man. That's a demon. That's a weakness. That's what a child does, man. You know, the scripture talk about putting away childish things. So procrastination is basically it's the way of a woman. You know, a woman, she puts things off to the very last minute. You know, and these men out here, you know, you 2/3, you're in that procrastinating woman spirit, man, because you're doing things based on your emotions. You know, you wait to the last minute. You know, you slow on the come up. You know, you slow on the get go. You know, and that's not how it's done. That's not how progress is made, man. But to wickedness say you quick up on it. It says the slothful hideth his hand in his bosom, and grievous him, he brings it again to his mouth. So it's not even to feed his fucking self. Are these people out here have put in any effort, man? That's why you got Jake on fucking welfare and food stamps, EBT cards, whatever you want to call it. You know, taking hands out, man. You know. You know, they put you in that whole welfare system is to keep Jake under, man. To keep Jake under subjection. That's what that system was built for. That system was to take away any type of ambition you have to do for yourself. You know, like, well, you know, that being said, you know, if you really need that help, then the Lord provided for you, take advantage of it. But there's people out there that they just use it as a crutch, man. You know, I myself, you know, as a child grew up, you know, with food stamps, you know, getting a thick envelope in the mail. You know, if you're in the condition where if you and your that condition, your children in that condition that you know you can take advantage of that help. But at the same time, there's a lot of you Jake out there, they rely on it as a crutch. It says the sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render reasons. He thinks he got it all figured out, man. He thinks he knows best. You know, so this video basically is about the spirit of procrastination, the spirit of excuses. You know, that's something that you got to recognize in yourself and see it as a demon that needs to be rebuked and cast out of you, man. So let's get at Proverbs 19 and 24. There's a lot of good proverbs that deal with slothfulness and laziness, procrastination. That tells the Most High hates it. You know, there's a Andrew Tate video out there that basically says, you know, God doesn't like lazy. You know, God created man to be, you know, productive. You know, to be a go-getter, to be a warrior. You know, to be aggressive of pursuing things, man. Because that's the nature of the Most High Himself, man. He works, He does things, He makes things happen. You know, the scripture's talking about 6 days thou shalt labor. That means that that the men in those days they were working 6 days a week. You know, and you got Jake out here crying about working 4 days a week, man. You know, so slothfulness is not an attribute of the Most High, man. One of the attributes of the Most High is that He hates slothfulness. He hates laziness. Let's get Proverbs 19 and 24. And it says, a slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom, and he will not so much bring it to his mouth. Like, that's once again, that's the same that we just read. It just reinstated, reaffirms it. Meaning that he's so lazy he can't even feed himself, man. Let's get 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10. And you also got to look at the spiritual side too, man. You know, it's not just your carnal actions, your physical actions. It's also talking about this work, man. You know, we are called, and we are obligated to do this work. If you've been woken up, if you have understanding, then you will have an obligation to perform, to the Most High, to put out works, man. Plain and simple. The Second Thessalonians 3:10, and it says, "For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any will not work, neither should he eat." So you can't. So you gotta, you're not deserving. You're not deserving even to eat, man. And that's on the spiritual level too. If you're not out there doing the work, then you're not gonna be able to. You're not qualified to eat or allowed to eat the fruit of grace, man, of mercy. That's why the scripture says, talking about faith without works is dead, man. Let's go ahead and get that. It goes much further than just professing to know that you're an Israelite, professing to know the name. There's got to be action behind it, man. This is James 2:18. It says, "Yea, if a man say, Thou hast faith, and I have works, show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Thou believest that there is one power that doeth well, the devils also believe and tremble. But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead." See that? So even James, he proclaimed that faith without works is dead. He proclaimed the points of work, man. The points of being active. The points of Jake likes to use that word. I'm active. Talking about gangbanging and stupid shit like that. I'm active. Well, you know what? You gotta be active in the spirit. You gotta be active in the work, man. That bullshit's going to only lead to your death. Let's get Luke 10:7. Here's a few quick scriptures. Once again, here at the plantation. This is Luke 10:7. It says, "And in the same house you may eat and drink and such things as they give the point I wanted to get is this. For the labor is worthy of his hire." Going out from house to house. "For the labor is worthy of his hire," man. That's a law of the Lord. One of the laws of the Lord that you receive compensation for the work that you do. The labor is worth your hire. So in the same sense, us doing this work, us putting effort in these videos and going out the highways and hedges, all the many other things that we do in this truth, we can expect reward and payment from the Lord, man. We can expect some type of mercy from Him. Because it's written in the scriptures, and the Most High is a man that doesn't lie, roughly paraphrasing. So the labor is worthy of his hire, man. There's many scriptures that pertain to that too. But for sake of time, I'm not gonna get them. You can do your own research and you can figure that out, man. This is we'll close it out on this, 2 Timothy 2:6. This is Salak. It says 2 Timothy 2:6. It said, "The husband that labors must be first partakers of the fruit." So us doing this work, we should have an expectation that we will receive, those fruits from it, those rewards from it. So there is honor, there is a respect, there is a grace, there is a hedge of protection, and proving our faith by our works, man. So always keep that in mind, man. Always keep that. That sense of urgency in doing things, man, because the thing about it is that there's going to be a time when we're not going to be allowed to do this anymore. And you don't want to be that person that wishes that you could have done more. You want to be that person that knew that you could have done more, but you didn't. You want to say that you have fought the good fight, man. With that being said, just a real quick lesson. Most High will and hope was edifying, was that I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Kahala, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. But let's keep on pushing. Shalom.